Good morning, class, and welcome to Module 3, already in our course. And go ahead and share screen so we are all on the same page as to what is due for the week. All right, so you should see Module 3. So remember last week we talked about transportation and the oil industry. This week we're going to shift gears a little bit and talk about coal and natural gas before we get into the renewable energy sectors here. I'm not sure why I look a little blurry today, but it is what it is. So we'll kind of deal with it here. All right, so again, the introduction, again, just introduces what we're going to be talking about. So looking at natural gas and coal, how they're mined, how they're extracted, where they come from. Also, more importantly, looking at the environmental impacts. So as you can imagine, these two processes are not super environmentally friendly. So looking at some of the emissions coming from that, not only in the extraction of these resources, but also in the processing of them. And then kind of understanding a little bit more about natural gas. Natural gas is considered to be this bridge fuel between non-renewable, so from coal to renewable, so like wind. So natural gas is, it's one of these things where it can be a little bit more environmentally friendly. It's not a 100% emission free, but it's a little bit better than coal kind of situation there. Again, just looking at the overview, just kind of getting a little bit into the energy mix here. So how we're going to be looking at coal and natural gas. Your readings and resources, so if you have your textbook, we're going to be concentrating on chapters 3 and 5. So specifically looking at the primary use of coal, the environmental impacts, what can result from acquisition use of coal, and then chapter 5, getting more into natural gas and its origin. So what role does natural gas play in the transition to a more green or cleaner energy economy, and then also the environmental impacts. There's 2 additional readings that you can help with your assignments this week. So one is looking at, can natural gas be a part of a low carbon future? And then also Electricity Explained, looking at electricity in the United States. So your discussion for this week, according to that previous article, can natural gas be part of a low carbon future? It's looking at the abundance of this low cost natural gas and how it can provide potential in terms of this cost effective bridge to a more low carbon future. So here in your initial post, you're going to address these 2 questions. Should the US be increasing its efforts on natural gas in terms of ramping up investments in renewables? So what do you think? Explain your reasoning and support it with statements from your references. And the second part is, do you envision this bridge toward a sustainable, secure, and low carbon energy future? What are some of the environmental and cost trade-offs of this choice here? A couple of things to keep in mind. So a couple of statistics here is power plants typically operate for 20 years. So making this a very long-term investments. So plants that we build today are going to be operating past the year 2030. So we need to think about where energy mix is going to be at that time. In 2023, natural gas power plants generated more than 1/3 of electricity in the US. Coal plants ranked 3rd, representing around 19%. And then natural gas is this cleaner fuel source. It has roughly half the carbon dioxide emissions, but it has other environmental impacts as well. Some other statistics here, so about price of natural gas and also wind and solar, about hopefully reaching 80% renewable energy mix by the year 2050. In your response to your peers, you're going to comment on their thoughts related to natural gas. So identify something you found interesting or that you learned. Do you agree with their statements? Why or why not? Remember, be respectful, be constructive in your responses, and then support your information with references. So your initial post is due by Thursday, and your 2 follow-up responses then by Sunday. And then the other assignment is the Energy 1 mix. So this assignment, you're going to complete milestone 1 of the assignment here. Just click on the guidelines and rubrics, and it has the additional information for that. Okay. So just 2 assignments for this week. Nothing necessarily, nothing too bad, not too much work here. So your initial discussion post due by Thursday, your 2 follow-up responses due by Sunday, and your energy mix milestone 1 assignment also due by Sunday. Let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to some great discussions online this week.